Buenos días, soy Carlos Melendo, director de Terminales y Foros de Innovación de la Ponencia España. Bienvenidos a esta conferencia sobre nuevos dispositivos Ultra MovilForum. Sabéis que es una nueva categoría de dispositivos con conectividad integrada que estamos introduciendo en el mercado español. Tenemos para la sesión de hoy dos ponencias previstas. La primera de ellas será una ponencia a cargo de HTC. Tenemos el placer de contar con Ponencia HTC, es el vicepresidente para Europa de HTC, básicamente el número uno para Europa, que yo le tenemos un cliente de auténtico lujo y privilegio. Para la ponencia de Florian tenemos un intérprete preparado, porque el resto de la ponencia será en inglés. Entonces, aquellos que tengáis algún problema con entender el inglés, por favor, activaros el micrófono, o el de los auriculares. So, for the session today from HTC, we have the pleasure to have here with us Ponencia HTC. I apologize that I cannot pronounce correctly your family name, but I'm not so fluent in German. Florian is Vice President of HTC Europe. HTC is number one in Europe. It's a great pleasure having you here today for presenting the talk. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Carlos, and good morning, everyone. I have to apologize for my Spanish, which is very cool. So please allow me to give this morning's session in English, but also please feel free afterwards, if you have any questions, to obviously place your questions in Spanish, and I will have somebody help me to understand your questions. I really feel quite honored and happy to be here this morning and discuss with you about a topic which is very close to our heart in HTC, and that's the future of mobile computing, where definitely I would say the focus of my presentation will be on the mobile part of computing. And if I may, I would like to just very briefly start by very briefly introducing HTC to you. I don't know if all of you even have heard or know of the company HTC. We are a Taiwanese manufacturer of smart devices, and we are basically very specialized on the segment of smart devices and have been producing smartphones and wireless PDAs for a long time for mainly key operator customers, but increasingly also other enterprise or business or channel customers across Europe, the US, and Asia, and we are also still having key customer relationships on the OEM side with key OEM customers. So I'd like to start the discussion this morning by, let's say, giving a little bit of market view on the mobile computing market. And basically, to start with, I think you look at the convergence between the two markets, the PC or the computing market on the one hand side and the mobile market on the other hand side. There's obviously, we think there's a segment where these two markets are meeting, and where, especially from a customer or user perspective, there is a great opportunity that if we can, let's say, offer the advantages or the benefits of combining some of the propositions of those markets, combining great mobility and wireless connectivity with very strong computing power and therefore advanced device capability. This should be an interesting and future growth area, both within the wireless market, but also obviously within the computing market, because I think that the traditional PC market is very saturated with, I would say, at least in the main Western European markets, low or even declining growth rates, whereas within the computing market, the notebook market is still a growing segment, but predominantly in the business area it's a growing segment, whereas even in the consumer market, that future growth is not projected to be that big. However, within the notebook segment, integrated wireless solutions are definitely gaining momentum. But I think that if you look from the user experience, from the true mobile user experience, we being predominantly, let's say, a mobile player, we would still classify most of today's notebook products as portable devices rather than we would call it a true mobile device. That's why we are saying that what we think is true flexible convergence in order to offer true mobility on a computing device, that this is still, I would say, that's the key challenge that has to be still achieved, and that we therefore think that there is a great market opportunity in offering converged mobile computing solutions. So how do these or how could these solutions look like? First of all, just to, let's say, to underpin the point on the market evolution of the PC market, I think all of you will know these facts, where definitely we can see the desktop market really declining both in the business and in the consumer space. The notebook market still growing, but predominantly in the business segment. And then I wasn't able to show the specific, let's say, data for integrated wireless offering in the notebook market. Definitely, I think that's a big growing area, but still only is capturing a small part of the notebook market as it is today. So if we look at how we would, let's say, where do we see the opportunity from a product portfolio perspective or from a product strategy perspective, where do we see the opportunity or the segment for these mobile computing devices? If we start to look back from the very high level, you obviously have on the one extreme the mobile world with all the handsets, from the entry-level pure voice-centric handsets to the higher-end multimedia or business or smartphones, but basically where at the end of the day the entire proposition of these products are around mobile usage built on voice as the predominant usage with an increasing element of data usage. And if we go on the other extreme, in the notebook world, where basically 100% of the usage is pure data usage, but where the mobility is compromised, and where you basically have what we would call, where you would have portability rather than true mobility. And so we think that the opportunity for these converged mobile devices in the future is exactly in that space in between, and where also I think, if at least our view of the world is that there is not the one single answer in terms of what people or what different segments, whether it's in the business or in the consumer space, are looking for. So therefore, we don't think that there is the one single holy grail answer to what is the best product offering, but we see it more as a continuum of different types of product, which still therefore emphasis either more the support of the voice usage, or which are really dedicated on the data usage. And therefore, obviously, the further you go towards the data-centric product, the more important are things such as high processing power, large built-in memory, large screens, and therefore the more you will go and working with documents and then sharing or sending it on to others. So based on that, let's say based on that view of the market, we have over